And in this video today, on this particular video, I will be taking on question and answers relevant to computer application. So permit me to share this now so that a couple of people who will need it will get to see it. Let's get back up. So let's see, if you're coming into this video at any time to see this video, do well to hit the like button immediately. If you're coming in to watch this video, I repeat, do well to hit the like button immediately. And if you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe as soon as you come. Welcome back to this channel. My name is Dr. Utibe Akah, and in this video I'm going to be dealing with the question and answers that is related to computer application. Now, in today's modern world, a couple of questions that could come up would be, what are the understanding of what computer actually is? A lot of people get confused when it comes to computer. They're looking at seeing big machines, but I can recall it about some few years back, there was this professor who mentioned something that computer chip will be as cheap as garbage, and we have come to that time that we find that computer is just everywhere. So if you are coming in to this, hit the like button, share this video with as many people that you know that will need it. You cannot just be watching me and you are not hitting the like button. So I'll take it again that this video is quite intended for you as you have come here, because the computer is everywhere and there is no way you can be doing anything in this era without using computer. So what's a computer, if you are to even tell yourself? I have a lot of people watching me now, but you have not hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button as you are here now. If you don't hit the like button, I don't know what you're doing. Except you don't want me to continue. Hey, come on, hit the like button. Come on, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. If you don't hit the like button, please get off here. If you are not hitting the like, get off. I don't need you here. And I'm serious. If you are not hitting the like, just leave this live. It's not for you. But if you take my instruction and hit the like button, then it is for you. If you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the good time for you to do so, because if you have not, once I start, you will not be able to go and do that again. So while I'm waiting for you to do that, I've just seen a few likes here. The number of people who are here are more than the number of likes. So you better leave. If you are not hitting the like button, just get off. I'm saying this with all politeness. I'm not compelling you to stay here. Right. So great for those who are doing it. For those who are doing it, very perfect. So if you have done that, just say done. If you have done it, just write down here. Let me see. If you have hit the like button, just put it up here, done. I'm seeing you. You better put done there if you have done it. If you have not, then get off this live. It's not for you. Perfect. Very good. Now we have the right people to be here. Okay. I cannot say it further, but I believe that the message has been made clear. Okay. Great. So I said, and I'll repeat again, that today it is known that almost everything that we are doing, we can use computers to do them. But let's look at our industry, architecture, engineering, and construction industry. You know that in this industry, can you tell me one thing that you don't use computer to achieve it? Can you tell me just one thing? If you are in this video, just drop a note. Just one thing you feel that you cannot do with computer. Let's see whether we are in the same page. But I will tell you that almost everything can be done with computer. If you are in this live video, I welcome you, and do to share the link of this video. Do well to share the link to as many as possible so that they will be able to see this, because it is good for us to have the information. Some people sleep with computers, but they don't know. Some of them use computers to find locations, but they don't know. Some of them use computers in different ways, but there are several ways I would let you know that computer can be used by you. If you are in the architecture industry or any other industry, even if you are an artisan or a student or a client, you use computer every day. So there is virtually nothing in any facet of life that can be done without the use of computer. And you know what advantage you have? Computers will make these things very efficient, to make it fast, to make it easier. Imagine about 50 years ago, when people would want to communicate to someone in the US or in the Americas or in a distance that is very far off, you would need to travel a mile to a location where you would find where you can do a telegram, and then that information that you are passing will not be real time. So you find that there has been so much advancement in the use of computer. I know that in the early 80s, late 70s, there's something that they used to say, jet age. That's in the early 80s. There's something that was coming up, jet age. Now, we have gone past that level that everything now is digital. You get? And if you are born anytime from the millennium, you are a digital native, because at that time, technology had saturated almost everywhere. So now, how can someone be in an AEC industry or any industry and doesn't understand that computer is actually what is needed to do everything to make life easy? One of the uses of computer in this industry, I'll just run it down for you to have a clear understanding. So if you are in the architecture, engineering, or construction industry, I would tell you clearly what computer can be used to do. You know, in the AEC industry, we do a lot of design, right? We do visualization. We work with partners. We communicate, right? We manage projects, right? We do analysis of projects, right? Now, in today's world, there's something called digital fabrication. So we fabricate buildings. I know if you're not aware that there are some buildings that can be built with robots. You design it first and have a digital model of it, then now take the digital model into the production room where the robots can now translate that model into real life. You get? So we even use computer to do facility management. And as I am talking to you now, we also use it to do learning. So it's being used in education and research. Remember some years back, if you want to do research, you go to a library and you sit down in the library for days, reading books, opening up to be able to get facts. we've gone past that. Except you're looking for old books, if not possible, those books are still they're in the computer because the authors or the publishers have uploaded them. All you need is to have a license to be able to have access to such materials. And the question now comes, why do we still have libraries? Can you imagine that? Yes. So you see, most people now have what is called e-library, where you can go and have those accesses. So if your library is not optimized and it is not a digital library, come on. Somebody designing a library as an architecture student and is thinking about where they will put books, and yes, you can still have those things, but the main anchor for it should be you putting up digital components and allowing people to have that seamless thing. We have VR, we have AR, virtual reality, augmented reality. Now people are using Verse to communicate, to interact. Now, I give this instruction once again. If you are in this video and you have not hit the like button, you are not doing well. But if you have done that, you are in the right place. So take your pen and paper down. Let us look at this together. The relevance of computer cannot be overemphasized. It is quite important in this industry, AEC industry, where we are in. I want to tell you that virtually everything in this industry can be done with the use of computer. And good evening, all of you who are here in this video. Good evening from Nigeria. And if you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and share the good news. All right? If you have not hit the like button, you are not doing well. All right. So how is this computer now used in this industry? Number one, it is used for design and it is used for visualization. So we can combine that because design and visualization go together. I will break it down for you to understand how design and visualization go. Have you heard about what the word beam? Have you heard about the word CAD? If you have heard about the word CAD and beam, beam is spelled B-I-M. CAD is C-A-D. So CAD means computer aided design, and BIM means building information modeling. If you have heard about both of them, just write CAD and BIM in the comment section. But if you have not, you can be silent. All right. So when we talk about design and visualization with respect to the use of computer in architecture, engineering, and construction industry, we imply that for CAD and BIM tools, you use your computer-aided design and building information modeling software to enable you in doing creation of precise detailed 2D and 3D designs. So if you are still using drawing table, what I would advise is that you can actually enhance your skill of sketching with that your drawing table. Enhance your skill of sketching. Perfect. So I have 2 persons, 3 persons that are with me. Perfect. And you're doing well. That's okay. CAD and BIM. Good. So if take note of this, that the CAD and BIM will help you to do what? 2D drafting for CAD, 3D designs and modeling. You use your building information modeling tool. Now, what does building information modeling tool do? It helps you integrate design with information. Okay, while you are designing, you put in information into the design. So the center of building information modeling is the information. You remember that in the days of AutoCAD, people used AutoCAD to do models, but what was lacking there was the information. But with the building information modeling tool, what is important is that you can now build up information and you can retrieve them when needed. Am I understood? Okay, now we can now move further to look at this other aspect of it, which is you can use it also in facilitating collaboration and enhancing the life cycle of your project. Now, how is that done? How do you use building information modeling to facilitate collaboration? As it is, it's a collaborative tool that you can do work sharing on that platform. So it's not something that you would be able to learn in one month, right? It's not something you could learn in 1 month, but it's something you can learn in a longer of practice. That's why it's always advised that if you are going into an industry, it's just like somebody who is a mason and he doesn't have his work tool. When he goes to site, what would he use to work? Somebody is a tailor or a seamstress and doesn't have a sewing machine. How would you practice sewing? You get the point? And you're a painter and you don't have a brush. No matter how creative you are, you will not be able to translate your designs or your imaginations into reality. The same thing applies to someone who is an architect or who is architect in training or who has interest in the built environment in this age and does not have the right tool to work. What are the tools that you require? You need computer to be able to, bring your designs and visualization to bear. I repeat, you need computer to bring your designs and visualization to bear. Okay, another aspect of design and visualization when it comes to the use of computer is that you use computer application to do rendering. Now, people talk about Lumion and all the software. Yes, that's what you use them to do. There's also something called generative design. Generative design has to do with advanced computational tools like parametric design software, where you can, like Akah and Revit, it has that parametric component. So any beam enabled application will give you such. Okay, let me run down fast because we don't really have time today. The second aspect of the use can be in terms of collaboration, and when you collaborate, you actually need to communicate, right? When you collaborate, you need to communicate. Understood? So, in terms of collaboration, you will need cloud-based platform to be able to do that. We have things like Autodesk 360, BIM 360, Procure, facilitate real-time. This is help. Another aspect of collaboration and communication is in the use of digital communication. There are platforms that project managers use, and they use it to have things like virtual meetings. Okay, have you heard about Google Meet? Have you heard about Teams? Those are, even Zoom. Good evening. Even Zoom allows for seamless interactions regardless of the location where you are. So imagine you being wherever you are. Maybe you are in Nigeria and you are part of a project in Alabama, and you have another team member who is in Australia, and you have another one who is in Russia, and you have another one who just different locations, but you've come together to work on a project. That's where collaboration comes in, and you need communication while you're doing that. So I pair it together, communication and collaboration. All right? Now, that's the second part. The third part is construction management. How do you use this for construction management? You see, there is something called project scheduling. And when you're doing scheduling, software that comes to mind today is Primavera, Microsoft projects. This will assist you in creating what? Very detailed schedule. Like, it's automated per se. As people are working, they'll just get pop-up that they need to do this, and the manager himself also knows that, oh, this person needs to do this. He'll send an email reminder, you are supposed to do this. So the team already is optimized. So that's how computer can be used to, manage construction. So you see that when we talk about AEC industry, the use of computer is quite vast. Okay, we talked about communication earlier. What about emails that people even send? That's another thing. You communicate through emails. The phone that you're using, is it not a computer? Okay, I've not even mentioned that to you. Maybe you don't know that you're actually holding a computer. Some people hold iPhones and they don't know that they are holding very sophisticated computers. Some others use Android phones, not knowing that they're using very sophisticated computers. Because those are electronic devices. You understand? And they are capable of doing the task. They have storage, they have commands inside of it. They can take in information, they can send out information as data. So come on, it's worth knowing. It's worth knowing. Another aspect is when you are looking at cost estimation under construction management. How do you do it? It's not computers. Okay, something like calculator. So you see that you can do calculation with the use of computer. Like in the previous video where I was showing you how to calculate areas and the quantity of tiles, I was able to show you clearly with the use of the calculator how you can just measure the space, and with your calculator you do some arithmetic, plus and minus, division, and you got the quantity. All right, if you are getting and understanding what I am telling you now, why not just go ahead and write in the comments, I understand. Go ahead and do that, because I want to know that somebody is understanding me. But if you don't understand, please pause me and tell me you don't understand. This information is for everyone. So do well to share it with as many persons as possible that wish to. Great. I'm happy to get that you all understand. So can I continue? If you want me to continue, say continue. Just write there continue. If you want me to continue, write continue. Great. Great. Perfect. So I go ahead right up. Beautiful. So the fourth aspect of the use of computer is in something very interesting, and that's analysis. Have you heard about the word simulation before? If you have heard about the word simulation, then you'll find that as architects, when you finish designing today, there is a way you can actually find out whether the building is efficient. And you cannot do that without using the right tool. You cannot just do that by like designing on paper and you tell me that, oh, this building efficient. Nobody gave you that. You don't have that system. So everything that you're doing is, it doesn't have data. You only draw an open window and say, can you determine the thermal comfort of that space when the temperature is at a certain point? You wouldn't be able to do that. So you need computer to give you that precise information. So in terms of simulation and analysis, we have the environmental analysis. You use tools like we have in Graphisoft, we have Eco Designer, we have the Ecotech, and climate consultant. Use this thing to assess energy performance and thermal comfort of spaces. Do you understand what I mean? And as well, they can also determine environmental impacts of their design with the use of computer. Okay, I'll move on to the fifth aspect, which I will call fabrication. There is something called digital fabrication. If you are doing something like, or if you are in an industry that does that leverages on industrialized building system, you cannot work efficiently without having digital fabrication design. That's right. Digital fabrication. Yeah. So in terms of digital fabrication, you need to understand machining, as in how you can do machining. You need to understand 3D printing and robotics. But you see, it's disheartening that there are some climates, like the third world countries, actually have not leveraged on these technologies that are actually available. Sometimes it might take them a couple of years before they catch up. So that's why we have this classification: first world, second world, third world country, and we have developing, we even have the slums. So you see, it is left for someone who is in the field and has interest to go into personal development and develop his or herself on the necessary tools that is required. When you are doing digital fabrication, the precision is impeccable, and the advantage is that there will be waste reduction. You will not lose time. Come on, I know that there are some people watching me now that have not hit the like button. What are you still doing? Come on, go ahead and hit the like button. But if you have not hit, so just write, I have not. If you have not hit the like button, just say, I have not, and go ahead and do so. If not, please leave this life. I don't need you to be in this life if you have not hit the like button. Great. All right, good. The sixth, or rather, I'm talking about the fifth. I'm not done yet. So the fifth aspect of it, which we've mentioned, the digital fabrication, we can also look at things like automation, where things are done with robots. You use robots to do your construction. So we have something called robotic construction methods and autonomous, construction method and autonomous construction. Here we have dedicated equipment that help you to enhance efficiency in task, and such tasks include bricklaying. I know you've seen videos that go around that you have things like bricklaying, we have things like concrete pouring. In fact, we even have something for plastering. So imagine such, automation. It will help you to enhance efficiency and reduce waste. Let's move to the sixth aspect, which I term as facility management. In terms of use of computer, how you use it. We use it for facility management, and how is it being used? Imagine a building, that has a building management system, and it's called, if you've heard about this word, BMS, building management system, where you have, okay, let me ask, have you heard of the word Internet of Things? Internet of Things. If you have heard about Internet of Things, please go ahead and write I hear. All right. So, yes, great. BMS, Internet of Things. So, smart buildings actually utilizes this, where you take small components, small sensors that performs tasks related to tinier or smaller components too. Imagine going into a building, and as you just walk close to the door, maybe you just look into a small glass or a small lens, and your how do I call this thing again? Your eye is being captured. So facial recognition, that's the word I was looking for. You have facial recognition. So it means that the building has been programmed that for you to have access to that space, we have gone beyond even using the thumbprints. So maybe in some cases you could use thumbprints to have access. In some cases you just need to come and look at a particular lens, and the lens snaps you and automates the door to be open. So when you have such, that's how you manage system. You also have another one where if the number of persons in a space increases, the temperature, if it is a hot and humid climate, the temperature also increases. Yes, that is the application of smart building, and it makes use of the building management system to be able to automate that with the use of Internet of Things sensors, which improves what? Efficiency and operational control. So there is no way you can achieve this without the use of computer. You're getting the point? You see how it works? All right, great. For those of you who have liked this video, yes, you are right. You are doing well. You are doing well already. But those who have not, whenever time you come to watch this video, do well to like and drop a comment of what you think about this, if you understand. But if you don't understand, just go ahead and drop a comment where you need clarification so that I can answer you in the comments section. All right, great. So the seventh one, which I will cap it there, and let me even say that it is wise for you to know that whenever you have a scenario to present facts, try as much as possible to present as much as you can that is relevant to the queries that come forth. So the seventh aspect is education and research. Now, in terms of the generation where we are now, the age where we found ourselves, we have what is called immersive technologies. And with the immersive technology, virtual reality, abbreviated as VR, and augmented reality, you guys have heard about it, AR, provide what is called experiential learning and advanced research opportunities in design, teaching, and learning. Why do I say so? Can somebody tell me what they feel about what I've just said? How virtual learning and augmented reality provides an experiential learning and advanced research opportunity. Okay, if you don't know, let me share with you. Are you there? Go ahead and tell me if you understand me. If you don't, if you want to hear, tell me I want to hear. Are you there? Nobody wants to hear. Okay, I should explain how. Okay, good. Let me go ahead and tell you. That. Now, experiential learning, like if you are using something like VR, it allows you as a student to step into, maybe get into your design and experience the space in full scale. When you're doing that model, you can be within the space. It's not the one that you do 3D and be looking at it from afar. VR will allow you to actually, be as if you are inside that space. It's immersive. So, examples of the technologies that allows you to be immersive is virtual reality, augmented reality. Now, how does virtual reality works? It gives you the thing as if it's real. Have you done, which software is that? I think any animation software will allow you to have such experience. Yeah. Okay, you all will hear. Yeah. You better hear. Okay, great. While augmented reality, rendering, yes, rendering is realistic. We've gone past that too. This one is about, rendering is about trying to make it look real, and it is still, but virtual, rendering is part of it. But it's gone more advanced than that. You can do rendering, but you have to be able to do it such that you find yourself within that space, so that you'll be able to understand, as in feel, not physically, but maybe psychologically, feel that space in terms of material, size, and volume. Do you get the point? Okay, great. Then augmented reality actually will take a digital model, like you model in Revit, Akah, any other BIM supported tool, and position it in real world. You get the point? Or put it into physical environments like Google Earth, and it will now enable it to have real-time interaction with your design. Like you have maybe change in time, season, it will give you the effect. It will allow the building to get that effect, that is augmented. So what are the benefits of this when it comes to experiential learning? It will help improve what? Understanding of those design concepts that could seem to have been abstract, and will also help for you to experience or recognize the space in your attempts to solving design problems. Okay, so I'll proceed. I will leave this because if I go ahead, it might take too much. Okay, if you want to hear, we have something called, it's good to know this because you might find it in a multiple choice. Might find this in a multiple choice question, and it will come back to be something you don't really understand. So let's see. Okay, advanced. I mentioned about advanced research opportunities. I talk about education and research. For advanced research opportunity, we have human-centric design. human-centric design studies, and there VR, which is virtual reality, will help you as an architect or architecture student to simulate how the users interact with spaces, to help you gather data on movements. So somebody moves from point A to point B. You're gathering data of the movement and maybe the pattern, the way people are moving, the temperature, the heat generation, and the comfort of the users within that movement. So that's human-centric. And augmented will allow you to do prototyping, like you can build a building, do a model, and take that model and put in a location in the south, and put that same building in a location in the northwest. That can help you determine the comparative effect of that same building. Typical example is that we have buildings that are prototypes. For instance, have you seen a federal secretariat building before in your area? In different locations of the country, you'll find federal secretariat is the same building, but they are located in different locations. And some studies have been done to reveal that some of these buildings don't perform well in some areas because it was designed by someone in a particular region, considering the considerations of that region. And now the building is now taken to other regions that have different environmental factors, and it will not be able to function well. Imagine having a flat roof in a tropical rainforest. It won't fly, So that's the issue, and that's how you can use these tools to perfect. That's how we can use these tools. So let me ask a question, and I want this person to give me an answer. Utibe, what did you notice? You noticed that what? Okay. Now we move on to another aspect, which is also very important for you, but for this one I have kept up with this aspect, so you should be able to deal with this if you find anything challenging in this aspect. So second part is excuse me. Quick one. Okay, the question here comes that, like we are today, computer application package has a lot of, has distinct components. I'm sure that some of us don't know that computer application package has specific components. But let me relate this with the software application where we use like Akah, CAD, and Revit. Yeah, the Federal Secretariat building are the same. Correct. That's what it is, and that's why I use that for that illustration. Okay, computer aided design package has 3 distinct components, and those components border on design, visualization, and analysis. Does somebody understand what the design components does? Can somebody tell me what the design component of computer-aided design tool does? Okay, I will just give you a key point because you may not really know, so that's why I have to tell you. What it does, firstly, is that it will help you in geometric modeling, to help you to create, to help you to edit, to help you to, you know, it will help you in representing shapes and forms of architectural designs in a digital form. So imagine looking at, okay, should we look at it practically? Yes, I think we should. Like, go back to the video I did on Akah, how you draw with Akah. You see that the design component of it in the toolbox has the walls, has the slab, has the roof, you know, a couple of all those things. And what it does is that it helps you to, let's see if you can share my screen here. All right. Is it clear? If it's clear, please let me hear that it's clear. Is it clear? Can you see this clearly? What is this? Yes, it's clear. Good, that's okay, that's okay. So now, this is design tool. And we are saying that computer-aided application has three distinct components, right? The design, the visualization, and the analysis. Good. For design here, which I click, we have the wall as the first one. Good. And how do you play with the forms? If you draw it in 2 dimensions like this, you can as well see this in this is drawing the space. You've been able to create out the space. So how do you visualize this? You go to the visualization interface, and where is that visualization interface located? Hold on. Hold on. So you come to your visualization interface. Where we have the navigator here. There are shortcuts to it, but I'm not going to go through shortcuts now. And just come here, you have generative perspective or axonometry. And now this is what we drew. Is that clear? So it means that this now is the visualization part. where you can see what you have done in this aspects. So you see that the first one was this. You get, and to visualize it, you go to the other viewpoint where you view either perspective or axonometry. Is it clear? If this is understood, then I think we are making sense. And I also talked about the visualization, the analysis aspect, where we have the energy evaluation. So this is another component. This is another component that does analysis. So you see, we are talking about energy evaluation. Good. So if you come here, there are a lot of things you may need to impute, but this is the interface for it. And because the building is not yet ready, you know, but if you want to, okay, you need to select the building to be able to analyze it. Means that this has to be selected. So because we have not completed the work here, we've not put roof, you cannot evaluate it, but that is the kind of information I'm telling you about. So those are the three main aspects of this. Everything you'll be seeing on 2D, 3D has to do with animation. Can be the one we are talking about, visualization. Okay, rendering animation has to do with visualization, you know. But this part, this is design. This is still design. It's a model space. It's still design. So 2D and 3D is design. Visualization. Let me see this. There's 1, 2 here. Explore. Okay, maybe when we are going into our Akah learning subsequently, we'll deal more on these ones. Okay, so let's continue with what we are doing for the now. All right, great. So we'll continue. So I mentioned that we have the design, the visualization, and the analysis components. Key characteristics of each of them is that the design helps you in geometric modeling, creating and editing, representing the shapes. Okay, so you can read this up, you can search it and find it. And all right, key features of the design interface is drawing tools for what? 2D floor plans and elevation sections. Another one is the modeling tool for 3D objects, and the parametric capabilities when you put your doors and windows, and the ability to be able to change at different aspects. Okay, then visualization, the features also has to do with putting materials, textures, and all those things to help you give the real world aesthetics. Okay, for me to recap just means that you have to come back and watch the video because it will be here online for you to see. Now, the third aspect is the analysis, which I've told you about and I've shown you the feature. You can use it to do structural simulation. You can use it to do environmental analysis, and so on and so forth. So as a student of architecture, you need to have an idea of this because you need it in a lifetime. It's not just about designing and visualization. Actually, you need to be able to analyze what you do. You know, you do analysis, but the analysis you do, let me share this with you. You come up with analysis on your jury day, and you tell us that this is my site plan. Who told you? That is your site plan. Have you bought a land before? And you say, some of you don't even know how to analyze the wind direction. Okay? Some of you don't even know how to do that. But I want to advise that you start now to develop your skills, because in the next 1 month you'll be going for your industrial training, right? And when you get for industrial training, you will find yourself in an architecture firm, and some of you will not be able to perform effectively if you do not have the skill that you can build upon. So you need to develop yourself. If you are doing Revit, hold it fine. If you're using ArchiCAD, whatever you're doing, hold it tight. And also understudy the firm where you want to go and do your internship. I want to believe that by this time you have already reached out to the places you want to do your industrial training, and put your letter of application, taking notes, or letting them to know that you will be commencing very soon. If you have not done that, you may be having difficulty of getting placement, because at the time you'll be going, they might tell you that they don't have space or they have already taken enough persons. So it's advisable that you go ahead and reach out to any of the establishments that you are interested in working as soon as possible. All right? So that's just information. Okay, let's look at another thing here. So with this, we are done with the component of computer-aided design application. I recap, we have the design, visualization, and analysis. So don't miss it. One more, and I'll let you leave. One more. So hold on with me. Hold on with me. We have very few minutes to go. There are some things that we normally used to miss. As some of us now, if I ask you what building information modeling is, you may not know, but you're saying it every day and every time. But let me just run it down so that you know that building information modeling is a digital representation of the physical and functional characteristics of a building. It serves as a shared knowledge resource for stakeholders